Less than 2 miles south of the United States Capitol, welcome to Nationals Park. The show brings you a matchup of division rivals. It's the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals. Well, Siggy, today we get the pleasure of seeing one of the hottest bats in baseball. His consistency at the plate has been remarkable.
Yeah, Boo, one of the toughest outs in the league right now. Sit back and relax because this guy's about to put on a show.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. Now the starting pitcher in this one, Jake Irvin. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Siggy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
First pitch, 136.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, his hot hitting continues. He's been getting great results lately. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down.
And now it's Juan Soto. 2 homers in the game yesterday, so he's feeling good coming in. Lindor the move. Pitch misses.
0-1, no strike.
Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And a pitch. That one is absolutely belted. One hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0. And that extends his hitting streak yet again. This is starting to get pretty interesting, Singy.
Yeah, and the way he's going, it seems like there's no end in sight. This is a guy that no pitcher wants to face right now, especially with runners on base. I mean, he's doing all the little things right, and it just seems like he's in cruise control at the plate.
Here's Pete Alonso, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Swings through that one for strike 1.
0-1.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And now 1 away.
Well, clearly just anxious right there. And understandably so. An 0-2 count. You feel like you've got a lot of plate to cover. And you don't want to strike out. And you end up striking out. That's just one of those pitches where it's not over the plate. But because you committed to it as it was leaving his hand, by the time you realized it wasn't going to be in the zone, it's too late to hold up your swing.
There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. It's a bomb. And that should quiet this home crowd. And they add a couple more. It's 3-0. Singy, he's got a nice hitting streak going, and he extends it another game with that swing.
So locked in right now, Boog. And clearly it's not like he's just stringing singles together during this streak.
That home run was a no-doubter as we dive into the numbers with StatCast.
Crushed, Boog. Just absolutely crushed. 112 miles per hour on the exit velo, and like you said, no doubt about that one. Plenty of launch angle to give it that backspin as well, and that carried way over the wall.
1 down, and now it's Mark Vientos. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1's the count.
And strike two.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Still only one out here in the inning. On the ground, right side. Fires to first in time. Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. It features a great veteran presence, Francisco Lindor.
Well, he's been putting up some huge power numbers, and opposing pitchers know that they can't make mistakes to him. In fact, they probably circle him pregame, making sure that if they're in a situation where their back is against the wall, they're going to find a way to pitch around him. Players that are in the top 5 in slugging percentage in the league really don't get overlooked.
That to right. Garrett ranging back. He makes the grab, and that'll do it. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 3-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. And on the mound today, Clay Holmes. And Singy, we were talking earlier about how he's doing a great job navigating through tough spots.
I've just been so impressed with when it seems like there's more pressure, he's more calm and settles in. He's done an incredible job with runners in scoring position. Most guys, they get a little tight, they start to aim the baseball, but for some reason, he gets looser, the ball comes out of his hand with more life, and he's able to wiggle off the hook of tough situations and get his team back in the dugout. He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Rosario runs. Next offering is fouled back. Rosario on at first, nobody out. Check on the runner, and he's back safely.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch. If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal. Well, Boog, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
Batting fourth, the shortstop, C.J.
2 on, 1 out for C.J. Abrams now. Swing, and he breaks his back. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Hey, whatever works, right? It doesn't have to be impressive. Tied him up really well with that pitch inside. Couldn't get it out of the infield, but somehow turns it into a knock. That's a thing of beauty, and some hits just don't make sense.
Stone Garrett in the box now. No balls and a strike. Bases loaded, 1 away. Here in game 3 of this 4-game series. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And misses inside. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Just a great slider right there, and I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. Swing and a miss.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
And now it's 1-2. And that's down and away. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. 2 outs. Bases are full. Got him swinging. That K is his 3rd of the game. 3 left for Washington. They trail it here 3-0. Back here in Nationals Park. Now it's the DH, Jesse Winker. Irvin back to work. Irvin, 28 years old, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2018. Swing and a base hit, and a good start to the inning. And his hitting streak continues. There have been almost no bad days for him in the past month.
This guy's running hot, Boog, and people around the league are paying serious attention to this streak now, especially the pitchers that are trying to slow him down.
Jeff McNeil stands in. Swing and a ball line to center. Tracks it down for the out. And there's one away.
Wow, he looked like he was running before the ball was hit. Didn't have much time, as that was a hard hit liner, but a nice job of covering a lot of ground in a short amount of time.
So up next, Tyrone Taylor. Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0. Swing and a pop-up. Garcia moving under this one. Out number 2. Back to the top of the lineup, and now it's Frankie Lindor. Scored the first run of the game back in the 1st after a single to reach base. To Young. The throw to second is offline.
Now batting.
You know, 2-out errors are kind of like 2-out walks, and sometimes even worse. You know, you think you're out of the inning, but all of a sudden you got another out to get, and the offense has a great opportunity they're looking to take advantage of and make you pay for.
First and second, 2 outs. Here's Juan Soto. That's way outside. Ball 1. And another ball.
No strike.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
First and second, 2 down. Here at the top of the second. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And that is that. 2 left for the Mets, but they lead it 3-0. We head to the bottom of the second. Up now for Washington, Keibert Ruiz. And that one fouled off. That one the other way. Lindor. And he'll be safe at first.
Batting 8, the first baseman, Trey Lipscomb.
Man at first, nobody out. Trey Lipscomb will hit next. On the ground, could be 2. Good feed, that's 1. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. So digging in, Dylan Cruz. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Holmes checks on first, and he's back in safely. Swing and a ball popped up. Soto really on his horse for it. Makes the grab after a long run. And there are 2 outs. So the batting order turns over, and now it's Ahmed Rosario. 1 for 1 with a single so far. First pitch, not close.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Ground ball right side, it squirts through. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. Now the left fielder, James Wood. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
Nimmo makes the catch. That is the inning. So the Nats leave a pair. They trail in this one 3-0. Back in Washington, D.C., new inning getting started, and stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Cruz hauls it in, and there's one away.
The left fielder, number 9.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. He's already homered here in this one. Not even close there. Ball 1. In the air to left center. Wood squeezes it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, third baseman, Mark Vientos.
2 outs, base is empty. Mark Vientos up now for the Mets. He's 0 for 1. Out towards right center field. Garrett on his way over and makes the play, and that's out number 3. As we go to the last of the third. Now it's the second baseman, Luis Garcia. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Holmes ready to fire now. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. Puts it away for the out. 1 down.
The batter, number 5. Shortstop.
Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. Reached on an infield single his first time. Fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. One down, base is empty. And now 1 and 2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle into the outfield, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Nationals.
And now for Washington, Stone Garrett.
Garrett.
And that one is lifted in the air. Soto going after it. And there's 2 down. Now a long throw to first.
Now batting, the third baseman, Paul DeYoung.
Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. First pitch misses.
Count's 1-0.
Swings through that one out in front that time.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Abrams off of first with 2 away. This one high in the air to left center. Nimmo snags it, and that's the 3rd out. 1 hit, 1 left. On to inning number 4. It's the Mets 3 and the Nationals nothing. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Francisco Alvarez.
And the first pitch is drilled in the air out to center. Cruz. And there's 1 away.
The batter, number 3.
Here's Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
He swings and fouls one off. Swing and a ground ball, and that one gets through into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
And now Jeff McNeil. He's 0 for 1. In the air on the infield, Abrams. He's got it. There's 2 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Tyrone Taylor.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key is just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. He saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
Hit hard to the ground and up the middle, base hit. They get the force, and that is the inning. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Mets 3 and the Nationals nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shabby and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Keibert Ruiz. That one's in there. That's strike 1. Yeah, that's fouled off. And down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Ground ball right side. And foul ball. 1 out, base is empty. Foul ball still 0-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And a base hit.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boo. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job of scattering the hits, not giving up any runs. But at some point, your luck usually runs out.
And here is Dylan Cruz. And a strike.
0-1's the count.
Lipscomb, the base runner at first with one out. Got him looking. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
So the Nats lineup turns over. Next is the designated hitter, Ahmed Rosario. Swings and misses. 0-1. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field, and it falls. And out to a board. James Wood digging in for the Nationals. 0 for 2 in this one. Swings and misses, and it's 0-1. First and second, 2 down. Up and in, 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that's off the inside edge. And the count is 2-2. Swing and a ground ball. Tosses to first. And he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Irvin back to work. Out towards left center. Corrals it. 1 up, 1 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Juan Soto now. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. To Young, makes the grab, 2 down.
Well, Boog, after watching the first inning of this one, you would not have expected that this pitcher would be in such a groove and still in the ball game at this point.
2 down, base is empty. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Alonso in his 7th season, 30 years old now, and he's a former Rookie of the Year. 2 down, nobody on, and we're at the top of the 5th. That one ripped. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Throw cut off to second. And in there with a double off the wall.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. So runner at second, 2 down. So up next for New York, Brandon Nimmo. And that one upstairs, ball 1. And the 1-0. There's a line drive to left field. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 4.
Comes through with the RBI. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Manager out of the dugout now, and he'll make a move to dip into the Nationals pen. Jake Irvin departs, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute.
Now pitching for
on
the
to pitch now for the Nationals, number 68.
Going to be a tough matchup for him right here. Right-handed hitters have been having a lot of success against him so far this season.
Runner at first with 2 away. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. First offering misses badly for ball 1. Two outs. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
They stopped the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. That ups his hitting streak to lucky number 13.
The Baker's dozen, Boog, and it doesn't seem like a huge number, but anytime you get to the point where you've hit in every game for almost 2 weeks straight, that's a sign of what kind of rhythm you're in.
Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. On a line, base hit. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Base is now loaded with 2 away.
And for him, that's 2 solid weeks with a hit in every game. I mean, he's running his hitting streak to 14, and let me tell you, that's no easy task. This guy's grinding out at bats. He's figuring out ways to put the ball in play and just as well do it with some authority.
And now the DH, Jesse Winker. He's 2 for 2. And there's a rocket into the outfield. 1 run across. 2 runs are in. Coming home. The relay, but it's offline. It's 7-0.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
So 2 down. Jeff McNeil up now for the Mets. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Here comes Winker. Here's the throw to the plate. It's offline. The run comes in, and it's an 8-run lead.
And that hit carries a little extra meaning, Boog. It keeps his hitting streak going. He is dialed in at the dish right now.
I don't think there's a more confident hitter in all of baseball right now. Looks like he's expecting a knock every time he steps to the plate. Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Number 68 won't go any further, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
DJ Hurts on to pitch out of the pen here.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
So a man at first. Now a chance for Tyrone Taylor. That's a laser base hit. Runner puts on the brakes at second, so it's first and second with 2 out. So the lineup flips over. Francisco Lindor comes, and that one hops the wall. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score. It's 10-0. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
So, man aboard, and stepping in for New York, Juan Soto. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone. Man at second. Ground ball right side. On to first. That ends the frame. But they score 7 times to blow this thing open. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 10 and the Nationals nothing. And now it's Luis Garcia, 1 for 2.
The second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And the pitch. Just missed.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Stays alive. In the dirt, 2-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
He takes it on his own, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th.
Abrams.
So next will be the 4-hole hitter for the Nationals, C.J. Abrams. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Ground ball left side. Toss to Alonso. They get him, but it was pretty close.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Stone Garrett now at the plate. That clips the inside corner for a strike. 2 out, space is empty. 0-2 now as he swings through it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Slice the other way. That's a base hit.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Well, he's been working out of the stretch just about the entire game, Boog. A lot of base runners on against him, and he's just done a really nice job.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Clay Holmes gives way, and a pretty good outing for him as he leaves with a nice lead. New pitcher when we get back.
Now pitching for
Frankie Montas takes over on the mound,
and he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
DeYoung in the box again, takes a strike.
0-1.
Garrett leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
And a swing and a miss, and that's that. So 1 left for Washington. Not looking good. They're down 10-0. And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso, 1 for 3.
Alonso.
Up the middle, and that one handled. Fires over to first, and that takes care of Alonso.
The left fielder, number 9, Brandon Nimmo
up now for the Mets. He's already homered in this game. And a foul ball. On the ground to short, Abrams tosses to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Oh, we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
2 outs, base is empty. So up next for New York, Mark Vientos. Hard hit left side. Fires across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Mets go down quickly, but they're still in front, 10-0. And it's the catcher for the Nationals, Keibert Ruiz.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one.
That's a strike, going 1. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-2 is the count.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Taylor reaching back towards the wall and brings it in at the wall.
Up next for the Nationals, the first baseman, Trey Lipscomb.
And now the first baseman, Trey Lipscomb. And a foul ball. One down, base is empty. And it's fouled away. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And now the center fielder, Dylan Cruz.
The center fielder, Dylan Cruz.
That's in there. Strike 1.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
And a swing and a miss.
0-2.
That's a hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes,
Now
but found
batting,
a way.
the
He got that
designated
front
hitter,
foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count.
Next to hit, Ahmed Rosario. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Popped up. McNeil makes the grab, and that's the inning. Nationals leave 1. They're down 10-0. Here's the catcher for the Mets, Francisco Alvarez. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. Gone. He sends it out of here. And they add a run. It's 11-0.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man. Making it look easy, that's for sure.
Digging in, Jesse Winker. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Makes the grab, and there's one down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Jeff McNeil getting ready to hit. That one missed. One out, base is empty, and a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. And that's way high. 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
On the ground, right side, Lipscomb steps on first for the out.
Now batting, the center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
2 down, base is empty. Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
0-1's the count.
2 down, nobody on.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does. The hitting's going to come around. He's going to figure it out. But right now, his big asset is the way he plays the game on defense.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that turns the lineup over.
Now batting, shortstop.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Runner takes off. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second with a stolen base. That was close, but StatCast shows us why he so often seems to be on the safe side of these steal attempts, Chris.
Yeah, you see that plus speed, and he needed every last bit of it to swipe that bag. Such a threat on the bases.
Lindor swings through that one.
0-2 is the count.
Out to short, Abrams. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 1 scores in the inning, coming on this solo home run. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show.
Now pitching for
taking over on the mound for the Mets, Sean Reed-Foley.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Up now for Washington, James Wood, 0 for 3, a fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. A little out front there as he swings through it.
0-1.
And that is out of play. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good pitch right there. I mean, he's attacking a location that this guy at the plate tends to have trouble with. And there's just so much information in this day and age, sometimes too much information. But the guys that can take that information, process it, and then go out there, Boog, and execute the pitch, go right after that hitter, and get the result that they were anticipating. That's really good pitching right there. And it's a good job of the pitcher and the catcher working together.
And now C.J. Abrams. And fires in a fastball at 95. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And that one is popped in the air, shallow center, and that'll fall for a base hit.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. And a ground ball to first, and that's just foul. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. And stepping in for New York, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto.
Hers. 6'2" southpaw, 195 pounds, And he was drafted in the 8th round back in 2019.
Ball
Way
inside. 2-0.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. And that one hops the wall. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then
baseman,
guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like you did right there.
So a man aboard. And next for the Mets, Pete Alonso. 1 for 4 with a double. Well struck left field. And that's going to bang against the wall. Coming around third is Soto. Now a relay to the plate. He's safe. And they extend their lead.
Wastes no time there. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. DJ Hers out of the game, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
Now on the mound for the Nationals, Lucas Sims.
39.
He's pitching on 2 days rest.
Yeah.
Brandon Nimmo, the next to hit. Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 14-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Nobody
No
out
ball,
with
2
3
strikes.
runs in already this frame. And we're in the top of the 8th. Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Around first, digging for 2. And that's a 2-bagger.
Nice double right there. Loud contact coming off the bat. Didn't
Now
get
back,
enough
the
air
catcher,
under to drive it out of here, but you'll take that swing and that result every time.
Francisco Alvarez digs in now. Rips one to right. Garrett makes the grab, one away.
It was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he gets under it just by a fraction of an inch or a little bit more, that's way back.
Now here is Jesse Winker. And that's
Outside,
outside.
that's a ball.
And that is ball 1. Lifted in the air out to left. Nabs it, and there's 2 away.
The batter number 1, second baseman, Jeff McNeil.
So 2 down now, and here is Jeff McNeil. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Wood right there to make the grab. And that'll do it. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. Back after this on the show.
Now pitching for
Ryan Stanek gets the call from the pen.
Number 55, Ryan Stanek.
And the batter now, Paul DeYoung. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
DeYoung.
Now this is in the air down the line. Brings it in, and a quick out, number 1.
Really nice job to get your
Now
first out of the ball game.
Catcher, K-Bert
Ruiz digging in for the Nationals. That missed by a lot. 1-0. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. This to third, Vientos. Over to first, great pick.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
Trey Lipska.
2 outs, base is empty. Trey Lipska will hit next. And ball 1. The Nationals with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. The 2-0 is in for a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down for Washington, but this one's pretty much over. 14-0. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Tyrone.
Sims back to work. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Lifted in the air, right field. Garrett sizes this one up, and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down.
Now batting, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Now up to hit. Francisco Lindor. And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Now a screamer into the outfield. Makes a nice running catch. 2 down.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Runner at first with 2 away. And here's the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Sims checks over to first, and he's back. Runner on the go. Ball outside. Throw to second. Out there. And the inning is over.
The catcher definitely ready for that stolen base attempt. Got in position quickly, and a strike down to second base to end the inning.
Now pitching for
So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Edwin Diaz.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Here's the center fielder, Dylan Cruz.
The center fielder, Dylan Cruz.
And there's a strike. Good heater at 98.
0-1.
Lifted in the air down the left side. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Up next for the
Nationals. Next is the designated hitter, Ahmed Rosario.
Rosario.
And first offering is fouled off. On the ground to first, Alonso takes it himself down to the last out for the Nationals.
Now batting, left fielder, Jake Wood.
James Wood now at the plate. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
The Nats down to their final strike. Hit hard on the ground to short. On to first, ball game, and the Mets.
The key is to maintain the focus, because you can have this motivation to get to double digits and then have a letdown. They've got to try to just put out all the distractions, turn off the sports highlights, and come back out here and play baseball the way they've been doing it in the next game.
14-zip at the end of this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Speed up the block and the gun, I'm a button to open the wings. Ain't no advance in the deal, I just signed.